Okay, now I'm going to do a pretty interesting video. I'm going to talk about why I like Age of Ultron. For those of you who don't know, Age of Ultron is my third favorite MCU film. And I like it. And I'm going to tell you what. First reason. It's not complicated. That is a big reason why I know people don't like it. Or more should I say, it's not complicated. It is complex. It's complex, but something where you can understand it. You know what? I'm shocked people don't understand it. But I think I kind of know why. It's because Avengers 1, the original Avengers, is a little bit simplified. It's kind of a lot on a much, not a little bit simple. Not a simple plot that if it's done right, it could be really cool. This time, it's not really a simple plot, but I think it's not confusing. I don't find it confusing. I find it pretty easy to follow. It's simple. It's about a robot who was made and is now, wants his robot kind to take over the world. Meanwhile, trying to evolve into this greatest, newest armor that turns out to be Vision with, the Mind Stone and all this stuff for Vision to ultimately be the next step of Ultron. I know people think the confusing part comes with Vision, but I don't necessarily find that. I find it just simply, if you keep reminding yourself that all it is Ultron trying to evolve into the greatest version of himself. Number 2, he is Ultron himself. I know people do not like Ultron. People think that the way they did it was not as good as what it should have been, and it took away from his menacing. But for me, it doesn't. Because for me, I'm not really a comic book fan. I don't read comics. I watch comic book movies. So for me, when you talk Ultron, I know people like the Hank Pym version, stuff like that, but this is not the comics. This is the movie. And I'm talking about the fact that Tony Stark made it. It makes sense that Tony Stark is a really humorous guy. He can get down to business and menacing with still having humor. And that's kind of what Ultron brings. That's kind of that Tony Stark vibe you get with Ultron. So it almost works in a sense that it works even better because it gives the Tony Stark vibe that is necessary. Had it not been funny, you wouldn't truly believe that it's the brainchild of Tony. Because, yeah, he's evil, but in the ultimate sense, he's still the brainchild of Tony. He still is the newest creation of Tony. With, because you got that kind of Jarvis vibe of kind of he's really techie and he's really knowledgeable. So you kind of get that Jarvis vibe, and then that Bruce Banner vibe is kind of also he can be really smart and use his technology good, which is also kind of something Tony has, but Tony brings a little humor. And that's something that Ultron has to make it truly feel like it's truly Tony's creation. So kind of those quips make sense because he still has a menacing tone when he has his humor. Just, type thing. Just how Tony can be really real and really authentic while still cracking jokes. Yeah? So that's kind of why. So yeah, So in 3, first of all, the action is, I think, better because you truly get to see every character shine, as opposed because it's not Loki where someone has a bigger connection. Yeah, Tony has a bigger connection, but it doesn't feel like he overshadows anyone. Same with Same with Thor. He doesn't really overshadow anyone. But I just think truly everybody has a moment to shine. Even Hawkeye. Because a big complaint I kind of have with Avengers is that Hawkeye was kind of underutilized. But with here, he is kind of one of the lead between all this stuff. I kind of like the evolution, how they handled the Maximoff twins, and then the action between that final battle, between that beginning battle, between the what's it called, the Ultra Hulkbuster fight, between the fight in Wakanda, between the fight in the Avengers Tower. I think once the movie starts, it doesn't stop. It has action with moving the plot forward. And that kind of works, and that's why I like it. I find beauty in places that some people don't have beauty, because I think hardcore comic fans might not like this movie. But as someone who is not really the hardcore comic fan, I do like this movie. So